Hi, everybody. This is Tiffany. I hope everyone's having a great day. I came on to give prophetic word. So, guys, this is I already recorded this, okay, and then now I get off of the computer and it's no sound at all. So this is the second time now I'm coming to record this. I've already been being fought for this message. I know it's a very important message, so this is very intense here. So now we're just doing a take two here on my end regarding this word. So I pray that it comes out exactly the way the Lord wants it to come out. I decided to just go into my email here to then pull up each screenshot in the way that the Lord wants me to convey this message to you guys. So I had a dream the other day, and it was a black seal, the animal. It was a seal right outside this white door. So it was me and another gentleman there, and it was a white location. Everything was white. The floors were white. The doors were white. The ceiling was white. It was well lit. And everything was white. And the black seal was just standing outside this door. So the Lord focused in on the guy. His skin color was white. So he went to the temperature control panel and he was going to adjust the temperature. In the dream, I felt that he was adjusting the temperature to get colder. And that was the end of the dream. So I know the Lord is focusing in on his skin color because of the people that's controlling, that's in control now. So if you guys pick up anything from this message, don't hesitate to put it in the comments, because we do prophesy in part, and I believe that there's more to this message. But definitely let me know and let everyone know what you guys get, if you guys get anything from after you hear this message. The Lord is showing they're in control of the temperature, whether it's hot or cold. I don't really know temperature for who, though. I guess it's humanity, but definitely that to me it's a little bit more there. So the seal, now the seal as the animal, I didn't know in which direction the Lord was going regarding this seal. So I was sitting down the other day and I was just like, why would the Lord show me this animal, right? I was like, it's a black seal. So then I was just like, oh, the seals of Revelation came to me. So we're going to start off with what these seals mean, and then we're going to go into the message, because every screenshot that I took is significant to what the Lord is speaking right now. So I thought to myself, why would the Lord show me a black seal and not a black horse, right? But the Lord knows our minds. I felt like would I have went in the same direction? So I might have not went in the same direction if he showed me the black horse and not a black seal, because the seal is what he's pinpointing the seal. Every seal is different, and he's talking about the black seal right now. All right, here it says, what is the third seal in Revelation? The third seal can be found in Revelation 6:5-6, and it reads as follows. Black horse. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, come and see. I would look, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, a quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine. So right here, white is purity, red bloodshed, black spiritual darkness, and apostasy. So I looked up what apostasy means here. Apostasy, the total rejection of Christianity by a baptized person who, having at one time professed the Christian faith, publicly rejects it. It is distinguished from heresy, which is limited to the rejection of one or more Christian doctrines by one who maintains an overall adherence to Jesus Christ. So the Lord is just showing here, when this black seal is open, people are going to start renouncing the Lord. A quart of wheat for denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for denarius. Third seal, Revelation 6:6. A quart of wheat will cost a day's pay, and 3 quarts of barley will cost a day's pay. Fourth seal, Revelation 6:8. They were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill its population with famine. So, a day's pay, hiking up the prices. So we all know it's going to get worse with the food and how much the food costs. And I spoke about this when I was comparing what was happening around COVID time regarding Venezuela. So if you want to go back and see how and what happened in Venezuela, that's what's going to happen here. The seven seals of Revelation, the white horse, red horse, black horse, pale horse, souls crying out, earthquake, sun, moon, and stars, silence in heaven. Here's another breakdown, seven seals of Revelation. The white horse, deception. The red horse, war. The black horse, famine. The yellow horse, death. Persecution, hard labor, 3 to 5 years. Cosmic signs. And then silence in heaven. It's the second coming. So right here between the yellow horse and persecution, that's 3 to 5 years. Abomination of desolation. That's Matthew 25:15. Second coming, Matthew 24:29 to 31. Right here, this is regarding the silence in heaven. In the Bible, Revelations 8:1 states, when the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. This silence is significant, similar to the silence in the courtroom when a judge is about to deliver a verdict. In heaven, the occupants are silent and they wait to see what the judge of the universe will do. The seven seals, the seven trumpets, and the seven bowls. The first seal, the white horse, remember, is deception. The second seal, red horse, war. The third seal, this is the black horse, famine. This is what this passage is about here. But I'm going to continue. The fourth seal, the pale horse, pestilence. 1/4 of mankind dies. Fifth seal, martyrdom and great tribulation. Sixth seal, heavenly signs. So we're going to go down here to the trumpets. First trumpet, green grass and 1/3 of the trees are burned up. Second trumpet, 1/3 of the seas become blood. 1/3 of ships and sea life destroyed. Third trumpet, 1/3 of water turn bitter. Fourth trumpet, 1/3 of sun, moon, and stars do not shine. Fifth trumpet, locusts, wildebeests, military power. 200 million man army, 1/3 of mankind killed. Seventh trumpet, the kingdom of God is declared. The seven bowls. First bowl, swords afflicted those who accepted the mark of the beast. Second bowl, seas turn to blood, all sea creatures die. Third bowl, rivers turn to blood. Fourth bowl, mankind scorched by the sun, blaspheme God. Fifth bowl, the beast's seat of government is afflicted. Sixth bowl, the Euphrates is dried up, world armies gathered to Armageddon. Seventh bowl, the earth is utterly shaken. So let's line this up real quick. Where it says third seal, black horse, famine. Go down to the third trumpet, 1/3 of water turned bitter. The third bowl, rivers turn to blood. This is why the seal was outside of his habitat. This is why the seal was inside that place, that location. It was like a pound, like a dog pound. They're in different rooms, like where veterinarians have these animals. They're in different rooms or they're in different cages, right? So he wasn't in the water anymore. So if you line this up, this is how the Lord is showing. This is why the seal was there, like trying to preserve what was left of the sea creatures, right? So the water turned bitter, the waters turned to blood, the black horse, famine. So what stood out here, the fifth seal. So I'm just going how the Lord led me with this message. Martyrdom. Let me pull that up. So right here, martyrdom, the death or suffering of a martyr. Martyr, a person who is killed because of their religious or other beliefs. The Lord is showing here, it's written that we will be persecuted because of our beliefs, because we believe in the Lord. They will hate you for my name's sake. So we already know that. The Lord is confirming this, whether we are here or it's our children that will be here. This is what's going to happen. So there's some of us that's going to be persecuted and killed because we believe in the Lord. So it's one thing to read it, it's another thing for us to say it. And this is the Lord has given us this message for a reason here. Now I'm going to pull up this screenshot here. Third and fourth seal, famine. This is, you can interpret it by Ezekiel 5:10, 12, 16 to 18. Fathers shall eat their sons, and sons shall eat their fathers. 1/3 part of you shall die of pestilence. Pestilence, fourth seal, Revelation 6, 5 through 8, and be consumed with famine in your midst. 1/3 part shall fall by the sword. Sword, second and fourth seals, Revelation 6, 3 to 4, 6, 5 through 8. And when I send against you the deadly arrows of famine, first seal, missing arrows, explanation, Revelation 6:2, arrows for destruction, which I will send to destroy you. And when I bring more and more famine upon you, and break your supply of bread, famine, third and fourth seals, Revelation 6:5-8. I will send famine and wild beasts against you. Wild beasts, fourth seal. Revelation 6:7-8. And they will rob you of your children. So this is what's going to be happening out here. The Lord is giving us the heads up to prepare. Get yourself prepared, mind, body, spirit, and soul, because it's going to happen. We will be in the protection of the Almighty, but you have to take heed when you hear messages like this. There's no more playtime here. This is no more playtime. If you playing around when you hear messages like this, you're going to be like the 1/3. You're going to be just scrambling like them. The Lord is wanting his people, so we're ahead of this stuff. So when people say we're not supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z because the Lord got us, this message is the Lord telling us he got us. But you have to prepare. You have to put things in place. You have to put things in place. When we speaking, we're not speaking out of our own help. You know what I mean? So if the Lord is telling you to prepare, you're not being carnal by preparing. The Lord is giving us this message for people to prepare. So it's like a lot of people don't know the Lord on that level, and they think that we don't have to do nothing. Like, yeah, he could drop food from the sky, but he's telling us to prepare. Famine is coming. The famine is coming, and it's coming for everybody. It's not just coming for the 1/3. It's coming for everybody. But he's not going to do anything unless he reveals it to us first. So it's either you take heed or you don't. The Lord is telling us, whoever, if you're preparing, continue to prepare. And if you stop preparing like I did, start preparing again. So what else stood out here? The sixth bowl, the Euphrates is dried up, world armies gather to Armageddon. So that stood out. So I didn't take a screenshot of Euphrates, but I just looked it up. So if you guys don't know what Euphrates is, it is the longest and one of the most historical important rivers of Western Asia. So right here, Armageddon, I took a screenshot of that. Armageddon in the Bible, the place where a final battle will be fought between the forces of good and evil, probably so called in reference to the Battle of Megiddo, the last and completely destructive battle. The arms race can lead to Armageddon and great and crucial conflict. All right, I forgot to even mention that regarding race here. So I forgot to mention that in the other video that I just recorded and there was no sound. So this stood out here, race. So there was a few years ago that I gave a word. It was regarding the water, stocking up with water. It was like a year supply in that word. And I was saying the Lord wasn't saying all water was damaged. You have to stock up bottled water, and it was like a year's worth in that dream. So what I had said in there, it was like a race thing, and I had got upset. It was me and some other people in that dream, and they were saying it was all the black people's fault. This is all the black people, and people were fighting in the street. It was different races. It was like black against white, you could say. So it's like race wars. So the Lord is showing this is what's going to start everything. But I think we already know that. It's just when he gives us messages like that, he's actually showing us, like, he's speaking. So this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to lead to everything. It's going to be race wars in the street. All right. And that could be it with the controlling the temperature. You know, people controlling the temperature of the people. That could be it too. People are high up. They're the one that's going to fuel this race war. They're the one that's going to start this. They're going to start this. Everybody's going to be fighting, but it's the race wars is what's going to start everything off. In Christian Apocalyptic Lecture, Mount Megiddo, the hill overlooking the valley where the current kibbutz is located, is identified as the site of the final battle between the forces of good and evil, and at the end of time known as Armageddon, and mentioned in the New Testament in Revelation 16:16. So the Lord is just showing where everything is going to take place, where everything's going to be at, what's going to be going down, how it's going to happen. I just took this outside from outside the door. It's too close to call. So it's closer than we think. It's closer than we think, guys. All right, right here. Seals are well adapted to cold polar environments because of their thick blubber layers, which provide insulation and act as a food reserve. So right here, that stood out here. Environments, adapt environments, and food reserve. So we have to get adaptable. You have to be a chameleon out here. When these things take place, you have to be able to adapt to your environment. Environment is going to change, and you have to be able to adapt. The Lord is telling us right now. And food reserve is going to help that. Seals are well adapted to cold polar environments, which with thick blubber layers that act both as a food reserve and insulation. The Lord could be saying something here. Most seals also have a layer of fur giving additional insulation on land, definitely becoming adaptable. I'm going to read that now. You need to have everything for each weather, each circumstance, raining, snowing, heat, adaptable, able to adjust to new conditions. Food reserve. The main form of food reserves in plants is starch, which is carbohydrate made up of glucose molecules linked together. Starch is an efficient and stable energy sourcing molecule and is stored in various parts of the plant, such as roots, stems, and seeds. Food reserves can refer to energy stores in cells and tissues, or the food that is stored for future use. Build up your everyday stock of canned goods until you have a 2-week to 1-month surplus. Rotate periodically to maintain a supply of common foods that will not require special preparation, water, or cooking. From a sporting or camping equipment, store, buy commercially packaged, freeze, dry, or air dried food. The Lord is showing and saying, this is what you get. You get things that you don't need to cook. You can have a, not really, you could have a hot plate if you still have electricity, or you can have a stove that take gas. But when that runs out, the Lord is showing this is what you focus on as well. Things that don't need preparation. Air dried foods, freeze dried, air dried foods. Build up your everyday stock. So now the Lord is saying, when you start doing or continue doing your preps, you would buy a little here, put it to the side, buy a little here, and then rotate it. So you make sure you always have good, up-to-date supply of food. So guys, I hope this message was helpful. The Lord is talking about the third seal, the black seal, the black horse. He's talking about that right now. There's no war, so we're not at the second seal. We're not at the red horse. So he's talking about the black horse right now. But we're not even at the red horse yet. I guess we could be at the white horse, but the Lord is telling, he doesn't do anything unless he reveals it to us. So it's already written, but the Lord is going to confirm before he do it. So he's telling us about the black horse right now. So we could be at the white horse, or we're not there yet. I'm not really sure. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. We prophesy in part. So if you guys pick up anything from what you heard here, don't hesitate to let us know what the Lord is speaking to you, so then we're all on the same page. I hope this message helped. If you guys stop preparing, start preparing again. And if you guys have been preparing, continue to prepare. I love you guys. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you soon, Lord willing, and be blessed.